Hello everybody, here is Arina and I'm happy to welcome you at the Royal Opera House in Copenhagen. I had a lot of private messages about my knee video with more questions and I decided to make a new one. So this one is going to be a little bit more focused on working on strengthening the joint, but we'll start with sort of a very easy warm-up. So for warm-up, you can do first one leg, just to check the movement. So you bring the knee in parallel, you rotate and you stretch. You bring it in, you rotate and you stretch, and you can do the same with the other leg. So again, this video, I will just go through the exercises and then you can do it by yourself. And then you bring the knee from out, you bring it parallel, you stretch, knee out, parallel, you stretch, out, parallel, stretch. 4 times, more or less, and then the other leg repeats the same. Then you can do both legs together, so you can put your weight on the elbows, bring the knee in, out, and stretch. Try to use your abs to bring the legs in, so you don't react with your back too much. The back stays in the same position. And you can do it the other way around, like this. Another good stretch for the knee, you can bring your arm underneath or a towel, and then you just stretch so we really get the stretch of those ligaments. You try to bring the heel towards your butt, but over some resistance. Yeah? If you can, stand on your knees. Then of course it's always good to just bring it back and maybe softly roll. You can put some weight on your hands and just roll inside the joint one way and the other way, just as a warm-up, and then you bring the weight over and back, and just see also here, just kind of put some pressure. But you have your hands, you have the lower legs, so it's not that much pressure on your knees. So you're just warming up the joint by almost massaging it against the floor. Another thing that I remembered and that I use a lot, and sometimes it's totally the only thing that can help the pain, is using a roller. You can also use tennis ball, but I think it's better with a roller. So what you do is that you place your leg onto the roller, and then you don't just roll back and forth, which is also very, very good for you, but you really let the weight drop. You find a painful spot and you let the weight of the leg drop. You take very deep breaths, maybe 3-5 breaths, and then you move tiny bit, like 1 centimeter, and you will see you'll find another very painful spot, and then here you take another 3 breaths. If you feel that you can do more, you can slowly bend the leg, trying not to contract the muscle, but really let the muscle stretch a little bit and then bend again. Unfold and fold and unfold. Then bring another centimeter further. This, for example, is not painful. So either I stay a bit longer, it will get there, or I go a little bit further, I find another spot. So you go through your leg like this. Very often we have pain in the knee joint when the inner muscle is tight, somewhere here. So you can, the same way, you can find a way that's comfortable for you. So you're still pushing, I push the weight over to the leg. I don't press the leg down, I just let the gravity work. And I just breathe in and out, and trust me, it's quite painful. And then you just stay there. In order to prevent the pain, you can every morning use, this is very small roll, but if it's bigger, it's easier. You can put just 2 legs at once. I can't fit my both legs on this roller, and then you can just go 8 times back and forth in each position. So just parallel on your side, back and forward. So I use some weight is on the other leg, and then on the inner thigh as well. So you just roll. It is extremely good for your muscles to warm up before the exercising, to stretch them out after the exercising. And now we're gonna go into our standing up session. So standing up for the knees, we can also first work on the calf muscle. So if you're just recovering and you don't want to force too much your knee joints, work on something else, for example on your calf. You can hold on to something and you can do it on both feet. So like this, 1 count up and 2, 3, 4, 2 counts down, up, 2, 3, 4. Second step of this exercise would be go up on 2 feet, change the weight onto 1 foot, and go down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course repeat with the other leg, but at least 8 times. And then the step number 3 would be on 1 leg, up, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, etc. Then I would start with squats, but only to 90 degrees. So you stay vertical and you go down and you stretch. You try to keep your back and aim with the sit bones as far away so the knees are not so much over the feet, but you kind of almost want to sit on the chair that's standing right behind you. And maybe it's a good idea to do it in front of a mirror so you can really see that your knees are not doing this, but really going in one line with your hip. Next step would be to slide forward and back. So I slide, and again you check, oops, and you slide back and stretch. You slide and up, slide back and stretch, etc. Yeah, when you do this exercise, it's important that you are as much as possible 90 degrees here. So again, not too much over forward, not too much back, but vertical, up and 90 degrees here, up. This is providing you the maximum workout. The last exercise for today would be to do the skiing exercise. I would take a bar, you can hold on to something that you have, and you go sideways with your knees and side. Don't go all the way up and side and up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Obviously you shouldn't do this exercise when your knees are inflamed, right? So only do it when you want to build the strength and you're already past the painful time. When these exercises get too easy for you, you can always get some weight. Those are just 2 kilos each. So you can use 2 plastic bottles full of water in your hands, and you can start with squats and just make sure that you don't have unnecessary tension, and the same thing with the leg. Just keep the body vertical, just using the weights to continue. And the last exercise, you don't have to do it with the weights, just do it. I hope that you guys are feeling great and healthy. I'm working on some new videos for from the belly beginning and some more workouts. Also, new ideas about professional ballet classes are coming into my head, so I think I'm gonna start working on that pretty soon. But otherwise, I begin my rehearsal period with Danish dance theater, which is extremely exciting for me. It's a fantastic group of dancers and I feel privileged to be part of it. So I hope if you're around Copenhagen in January and February and March, you can come see some shows of Crush with Danish dance theater. With that said, I wish you a lovely day and a lot of health in your knees and hips and head and everywhere. Lots of love.